Kyle Larson, Craig Stidham, Bill Balog, Justin Sanders. And row 2. Row 3 is Billy Chester III and Jeff Lowry. A couple of the regulars here for the Southwest Region Sprint Cars. James Aragon, Jim Van Zant, and Alex Pettis, who had some engine issues in qualifying, not out there. So it will be 8 cars going 8 laps instead of 9. First of 3 heat races. Green flags in the air. We're underway. And Kyle Larson will lead Craig Stidham off at turn number 2 as Justin Sanders slicing and dicing his way up through the field. Going to work his way around Bill Balog. But here comes Balog right back in the 7B. Balog also trying to get that second spot away from Stidham as Larson leads lap number 1. Stidham right now in second. As Balog drops the nose down to the inside on the number 3 machine. Can't quite do anything with him off at turn number 2. So it's going to be Stidham still in that 3rd spot, followed by Balog. Justin Sanders in 4th. Right here, top 5 is Billy Chester, the 3rd. Kyle Larson that last lap. 12.804 seconds it took Kyle Larson to get around Arizona Speedway. And he has checked out on the field. Driver out of Elk Grove, California, regular for the NASCAR Cup Series. Won Turkey Night last night. Has been on a tear here in the West Coast swing and is a USAC National Midget. Here he is tonight with the wing on the car. Getting ready to pass up the 3 via Jim Van Zant. See if he can put him 1 lap down. As right now, it's Larson ripping the top shelf as Jim Van Zant going to cut him off of turn number 4. Going to break the momentum for Kyle Larson. But now he's able to get around the outside of the 3V of Van Zant. Puts the Prescott, Arizona native 1 lap down. Stidham still in that 2nd spot, followed by Bill Balog in 3rd. Out of North Pole, Alaska. Driving the snow racing machine this weekend with 17 of Justin Sanders in 4th. Chester still in that 5th spot. Rounding out the field is the 45L of James Lowry. In 6th, 7th is James Aragon's white flag flies for Kyle Larson. Just 1 more truck around Arizona Speedway here in heat race action. Very quick heat race. Of course, you're going to get that run in 12 seconds a lap from Kyle Larson. He will win heat race number 1 for the ASCS Southwest region with Craig Stidham home in 2nd, followed by Bill Balog, Justin Sanders, and Billy Chester III. So the field does get lined up, getting the 1 to go this time. Colton Hardy, Hunter Schoenberg. They're in row number 1 with JT Imperial and Jeff Ensign. And a row 2, Dustin Freitas, Ryan Linder in row number 3 with Paul Jones rounding out the field. 2nd heat race of the night for the ASCS Southwest Region Sprint Cars. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. And Hunter Schoenberg gets out to the early jump as Colton Hardy tries to reel him in. This JT Imperial in 3rd is Doug Freitas side by side with the number 25 of Jeff Ensign. They're still side by side. Battle for 3rd. Give it to the 25 of Jeff Ensign right now in that 4th spot is JT Imperial in 3rd, about 3 car lengths ahead of that battle as it continues once again. Freitas down to the inside of Ensign. Out front, Hunter Schoenberg has the top spot. Here comes Colton Hardy now, starting to breathe in on his tail tank as they work off at turn number 2. Hardy with a little bit of a wiggle off at turn number 2, loses a lot of ground. That's going to allow the 75X JT Imperial to close the gap on him. 1, 2, 3 right now. Schoenberg, Hardy, and Imperial off at turn number 4 with Ensign and Freitas rounding out your top 5. And JT Imperial saw a door open, but as soon as he saw it open, Colton Hardy was able to slam it off of turn number 2, hitting on that 2nd spot as they work their way off of turn number 4. It's still Schoenberg out front with Hardy in the 2nd spot, followed by Imperial as that battle starting to tighten up once again for 2nd. Hardy in the 74 he has, but JT Imperial wants it as they are coming up on some lap traffic now. Paul Jones going to go 1 lap down, going to give the leaders the bottom side of the racetrack. Washes up the track just a bit there, though. Takes that middle line through turns 1 and 2. Hardy able to work past him. JT Imperial got on the brakes there just a smidge as Hardy able to drive away from the 75X. Ensign and Freitas will do the same and clear the 18J of Paul Jones with Ryan Linder right now rounding out the field of cars on the lead lap here. As the white flag will fly once again for Hunter Schoenberg in the 19 AZ as JT Imperial and Colton Hardy continue their battle for 2nd. Almost made contact on turn number 4. It's Hardy right now in the 74. Giving the bottom side to the 75 of Imperial as they come off of turn number 4. Checker flag in the air. Schoenberg will win heat race number 2, and it's going to be Hardy holding off Imperial for that second spot. Ensign and Freitas round out your top 5. Linder in 6. 1 lap down is Paul Jones in 7th spot. Lonnie Cox and Eric Wilkins, of course, did not start. So the field gets the 1 to go. Christopher Bell, Zane Blanchard, Mark Dobmeyer, Jesse Baker in row 2. Row 3, Thomas Kennedy with Sterling Kling, Patrick Krob, and Bud Rowe round out the field of 8. Green flags in the air. We're underway. And Christopher Bell leads them into turn at number 1 with Zane Blanchard in the second spot. They race off of turn number 2. Jesse Baker, Mark Dobmeyer almost made contact off of turn number 2. It's going to move Dobmeyer up to that third spot as one driver in full send. That's Thomas Kennedy in the 0-1. Stuck to the inside of Jesse Baker. Baker, though, going to cross him up off of turn number 4. Bell leads lap number 1 right now. He's pulling away, almost has a full straightaway advantage over the 7 machine of Blanchard. Dobmeyer in the third spot. Baker back in a 4th. 5th is Thomas Kennedy. And 6th, they'll put the pressure on him. And the 34 is Sterling Kling. Sterling Kling only ran a handful of ASCS Southwest Region Wing Sprint Car races here in 2019. Had a little bit of a wiggle off of turn number 2. That's going to allow Patrick Krob to start reeling him in as laps wind down here in the 3rd and final heat race of the night for the ASCS Southwest region. See Jesse Baker right now starting to creep closer and closer to the 13 machine of Mark Dobmeyer as laps wind down. They head into turn number 1. Dobmeyer with about a 2-car length advantage over the 22 machine of Jesse Baker as they work off of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, Dobmeyer trying to stretch it out just a smidge. Right now, everybody working the middle groove here at Arizona Speedway through turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Man right now working to the best is Christopher Bell. He comes off of turn number 4 with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go for the driver out of Norman, Oklahoma. Of course, finished 3rd this year on the NASCAR Xfinity point standings. Moving up full-time next year with Bob Levine Family Racing. He gets the white flag right ahead of him. 1 car takes it off the track very slow, almost a issue there for the 21 of Bell, but he'll drive away off of turn number 4 one final time. He'll win heat race number 3. Zane Blanchard comes home in 2nd. Mark Dobmeyer comes home in 3rd. 4th is Jesse Baker, and rounding out your top 5 is Thomas Kennedy.